My good Zero AD playing friend Facts sent me a couple of games, actually, 3. And he said that this one was particularly interesting because there was a low wood situation because it's on the shitty desert map. So, yeah, let's get started. So, we have Team 1, and they are in... Let's orient the map so that Team 1 is in the west and Team 2 is in the east, right? So let's start in the southwest with Geno777. They have kind of a low rating. So you can kind of see that evidenced by the fact that they have sent a couple of their skirmishers to go gather berries. So this is kind of a typical noob mistake. The military units in general are very bad at gathering berries. Generally speaking, food in general. I think they're a little bit worse at farming than they are at gathering berries, but in general, you should use women to gather food unless you're hunting, in which case you should use your cav, and they are not going for the chickens with their cav either, so that's another mistake. So over here we have Firestarter 13. They have a much higher rating of 1377. They have already built their farmstead and copped the berry upgrade, and they have a few women over here gathering food. This is a little bit too many women on food to start out for my taste. But they are putting it to good use because they're training a lot of women to start off. So they're probably going for a kind of a boom and trying to get a lot of women out in front. So over here we have C19. That's what I'm going to call them for this game. They're going for a much more wood-centered approach. They're gathering the trees around the Civic Center with already 17 units. And this is more what I would do. They only have 6 women on the berries at this point. And they didn't get the berry upgrade, which in this biome where you have the date palm trees, I would always suggest getting the berry upgrade because there's twice as much foraging fodder in this type of biome as there would be with the berry bushes in on a regular map. Over here we have, sorry, I just realized I didn't have my microphone hooked up, so the audio might be kind of shitty for the beginning of that video. So let's keep an eye out for edoput because they are going for a heavy cav strategy. They're using the camel archers because this map is very heavy on the hunt. There are these camels everywhere, so they are hunting down camels, growing their supply of cav. They've taken a little break from that to train 10 women to gather wood to balance out the very heavy food income that they are going to be inevitably having coming in. And it looks like Spartan over here playing as the Romans is also going for a very much less of a heavy cav strategy. It looks like they have about 4 cav hunting close by their base. Okay, so on to Team 2 in the east, we have, Spartan is part of Team 2. We have, Plus Ultra is Team 2, so let's rotate the map like this. So now we have Plus Ultra, Spartan, Fax, and kalpeamies in the east. Sorry about that. So now we have Fax, the player who sent me this game, training a huge batch of 19 women. So this is the opposite strategy that I've been going for lately. I usually, for the most part, in the beginning of the game, I forego the batches to just train units one at a time, which is a habit that and the reason I do that is to kind of save those extra resources to spend them on upgrades. But I think I'm going to have to integrate batches a little bit more into my strategy in order to boom a little bit faster because I've kind of hit a wall as far as my booming capabilities go. I think I could be messing with a different build order to kind of boom a little bit faster than I have been. So Fax does not have the berry upgrade either. I would always recommend getting it when it comes to this map that has all of these berries, because it comes in handy. Down here we have kalpeamies, who's also, did I already? No, so we have kalpeamies, who's also a kind of lower rated player. Okay, no, I already introduced kalpeamies. So kalpeamies did not, they're keeping up with building houses, but they did not, they haven't built any storehouses or farmsteads yet, and they have these women walking this crazy long distance to deliver the resources back to the civic center, which is something a newbie kind of like, it's something you kind of have to learn to kind of get to the next level of gameplay as a 0 AD player. So, yeah, it looks like we did miss one confrontation that happened. It looks like this player actually managed to get a kill in already. They killed one of edoput's units. But yeah, we missed that happening. But they are finally deciding to build a storehouse with 10 women over here by this wood line. It looks like edoput has moved on to farming. Very early decision. They still only have 4 women on these berries, and pretty much all of these women who are farming could be on these berry trees bringing food in a lot faster. But edoput is a pretty high-rated player, so who am I to judge that decision? They're sending this new crop of women over to this wood line over here to gather some wood. Over here we have Geno777, who is building a sentry tower over here, which is an interesting strategy because they're not on the flank, they're kind of in the middle, so they're in kind of a safe territory, but I guess they decided to build this sentry tower to protect these women gathering berries. They actually have 2 sentry towers that they're building. Okay, so they are a lower rated player, so that's probably why they're wasting a lot of stone. They already have 3 players, they already have 3 units gathering stone, which is, I would say it's a little bit early to be going for the mineral resources, especially because they only have 4 women on wood right now. They're kind of all over the place. They have these units walking extremely long distances from this wood line and from this metal mine over here. They could put up to 24 people on both of these mines, so there's really no reason to be going for this metal all the way out here. And even so, they should have a storehouse there if they do want to gather metal from that area. We have Firestarter taking advantage of these additional date palm trees out by the edge of their territory, which is really smart. For the lack of wood on this type of biome, it can be made up for in the abundance of berry trees and hunt, so it's really a food-heavy map. C19 has moved on to farming, but even though they have 4 farms, they made a small error of when they built the farms, they didn't tell all 20 women to actually start farming. So 5 of them seem to be idle right now. We do have a confrontation though. They're using their Lancer Cav to go in and pretty much massacre a large amount of edoput's troops. But yeah, no, edoput this was not, it was a bit of a miscalculation. It seems like they should have gotten those Cav out of there a little bit early on, maybe gotten a couple of kills and gotten out before edoput had the chance to mobilize all of these units, because now all of those Cav have gone to waste. And edoput might... Okay, so edoput's not considering going on a counteroffensive, but honestly, they probably could have if they wanted to. There's a good chance of it. Although... Yeah, they have a lot more, so could have been a good move. Spartan down here has reached the town phase. Interestingly, they have 4 farms, but they are, okay, so they're taking advantage of the berries still, so they don't need to necessarily populate these farms just yet. They probably built them and then realized how many extra food sources there were around their territory and just sent those women out to gather food. We are seeing both Ultra and kalpeamies territories kind of expand and bump into one another, I believe. And kalpeamies now has a populated sentry tower right on the edge of edoput's border, so they're now depriving edoput, they're denying edoput this wood line here, and wood is very scarce on this map, so that's going to become extremely vital as the game continues. The same thing, you see the same thing going on up here, plus Ultra has a sentry tower right on the border with C19, and has, therefore, especially if they upgrade this into a defense tower, they pretty much have free reign over this wood line now. Okay, so now we see 5 of, let's see, are they going in for a rush or are they just hunting? Okay, so yeah, we have 8 of edoput's cav hunting. It's kind of dangerous. They're hunting right inside of, okay, they have gone in for a rush. But that may have been a mistake because there are 5 spearmen right here, so they have lost one of their cav, but they got out in time. They actually got a few kills, and they got out in time to before losing too many cav. And they're, yeah, this is really dangerous. They're pretty much hunting inside of kalpeamies' territory, so if they continue, they're probably going to lose pretty much all of those cav. Alright, let's see. Facts has been pretty much staying out of the fray. Actually, no, Facts has 19 kills, so I really need to pay more attention to what's going on. Apparently, Facts probably either got rushed by somebody or they did a rush. I think they probably got rushed and they defended it, and they got a bunch of kills in that way. Okay, so now we have, oh, okay, they're on the same team, never mind. Alright. So, yeah, we have our first expansion. Fax has done a really smart move, so, with the military colonies, they cost way less. I think they only cost 200 of wood, wood, stone, and metal, as opposed to a civic center, which costs 500. And the only thing you lose out on is they do not take up as much territory. But you can easily remedy that by building out along the border and kind of expanding. So in this map, expansions are going to be extremely vital because there's so little wood on the map that, yeah, whoever controls this center territory is going to have a really big advantage. So yeah, we see these cav of edoputs just getting taken out one by one by kalpeamies. Because they're continuously trying to hunt these camels inside of kalpeamies' territory, which I think was kind of a mistake, honestly. So now we see kalpeamies and edoput infantry trading fire. These archers are taking out a lot of kalpeamies' units. And let's see if this turns into more of a confrontation or just stays some skirmishing. Okay, so this is now a defense tower, and it's populated by 5 of kalpeamies' units, so this entire area is going to be a no-go zone for edoput for quite a while. Has anyone reached phase 3 yet? No, everybody is at phase 2. CH1 is actually housed at the moment, but I think he realizes that, and he's getting these women to build a house. He has a nice ring of houses around his farms, protecting the women who are gathering food there. And, so we, as opposed to Facts, who took the route of building a military colony to advance into the center of the map, Spartan is utilizing a slightly different strategy. They are using a string of just houses, which is interesting because houses don't take up that much territory, but Spartan has effectively used the houses to expand out towards the middle of the map to claim this wood line. We're really running out of wood lines. The only major ones that we have left are this one, which is pretty much claimed by Facts now. So the only wood line, and this one, so we have another military colony, this one being built by Firestarter. Military colonies are really playing as any civ that utilizes the military colonies is going to give you a really huge advantage in this desert map, because it gives you a cheap way of expanding your territory and getting out ahead of these wood lines. This is the last kind of wood line that is unclaimed right now, and I'd say it could probably go either to edoput, or it could end up in the possession of Firestarter, and we might see some conflict happening over this wood line right here. Okay, so we have a second military colony being built by Firestarter, and if he gets this built, this wood line is pretty much his. It'll be a foregone conclusion. But now we have a storehouse being built by edoput right by this wood line. So if edoput knew that there was a military colony there, they might have built a instead, a defense tower here to kind of quickly claim it, or at least claim half of it. But once this military colony gets built, it'll be very easy for Firestarter to kind of kick these units off of this wood line and claim it for himself. Still no conflict happening up on the northern flank. Same goes for the southern at the moment. We do have 12, what type of cav are these? I think they're sword cav. Yeah, we have, no, they're just regular javelin cavalry, and they are going to actually, probably mount a successful, oh no, they're just hunting. They could have probably mounted a successful attack on this, this group of infantry down here who are trying to gather wood. Okay, so now we have what looks like the first major attack happening. We have 28 spearmen and a ram coming straight in for kalpeamies' territory. They're going to make very short work of these cav. This was a poor move on kalpeamies' part, sending these cav in to try to deal with these spearmen, because they're going to melt like butter. Now we have some spearmen of kalpeamies' own, but now we have some cav of edoput's own going straight in for these archers. They should make short work of them, and the ram has reached the civic center, but it was taken down before it could do any damage. Let's see. So yeah, we have almost 50 of kalpeamies units, or sorry, we have 44 units mounting this attack, facing up against about 40 units of kalpeamies defending. This storehouse was about to go down, but I think they realized it would be better to probably target the barracks or maybe the civic center. And it looks to be a pretty successful attack thus far. Alright, now at this point, kalpeamies is quickly losing archers. These 28 spearmen are tanks. They're extremely powerful. They have a lot of HP, and they're very good against ranged units who have much less HP. So we are in the civic center, is being slowly destroyed, but the ram, it looks like, is actually about to... No, the ram is standing still. The civic center is about halfway down. I would take these 20 women out and have them attacking the ram if I were kalpeamies, honestly, because if they had joined in and had been attacking that ram, they could have definitely brought it down by now. But it's too little too late, and it looks like this civic center is going down. kalpeamies is down to only 26 units. So that was kind of an easy victory because kalpeamies wasn't really able to boom effectively. Now we have another fight going on up here between C19 and plus Ultra. This is going to be a much harder fight, but we also have Spartan defending. Yeah, so it looks like this is going to be a very difficult effort trying to take down this base. But who do we have? We have both Firestarter and C19 mounting this attack together, and we have Spartan and Ultra defending it. It looks like they realized that they couldn't really do it, and they're retreating. Simultaneously, we have a ram coming in from C19, but that's being taken down by Plus Ultra's elephant. Okay, they took down the elephant. And Spartan is moving back towards their own base, it looks like. Are they under attack from anyone? It looks like not, but it looks like they're now mounting an attack on Firestarter's expansion here. Meanwhile, in the south, Facts is mounting a counterattack against edoput after edoput stole all of what's his name? Whoever was here before edoput stole their territory. So we have Plus Ultra invading C19's territory and doing a really good job of it. C19 is now down to 46 units. And we have edoput, it looks like, is okay, just gathering wood down there. Okay, so this is Spartan, and Spartan is now encroaching into Firestarter's territory pretty successfully, it looks like. Yeah, they have a massive amount of units here, including 3 rams and some... They did have some champion cavalry, but they're pretty much taken down at this point. But, yeah, the Firestarter really does not have that many troops to defend this at this point. He is reinforcing at a pretty, actually, no. He's not really able to reinforce because the lack of wood on this map is really intense. Up here we have Plus Ultra's troops who are now encroaching into C19's territory. And it looks like Spartan is, continuing to advance on Firestarter. Edoput is really the only one holding the team up. They are they, where are the majority of, okay, so now Edoput has actually taken over Fax's Civic Center, and Fax is trying to take it back. Wow, so it looks like edoput has completely destroyed all of Fax's key infrastructure, which is wild. So Fax is going to probably get that Civic Center back, but all of his buildings have been completely demolished. That's very intense. So yeah, who is it? Edoput is really doing a good job wreaking havoc on Team 2, whereas Team 1, Edoput is wreaking havoc on Team 2. Whereas in the north, Plus Ultra and Spartan are they're mounting a really effective offensive against Firestarter and C19. Yeah, Firestarter's base is getting extremely wrecked by both Plus Ultra and Spartan. Fax is down to 134, and yeah, they've lost pretty much all of their major infrastructure. Not pretty much all. They still have this secondary base area that's built up pretty well, and they have a decent army down here who's gathered around this area, but there are really not that many resources left to claim to rebuild. And now we see that Plus Ultra has taken over C19's territory. They've taken the Civic Center, and they pretty much own the north of the map now. And most of the territory in the center of the map that Firestarter had claimed has been ravaged by Spartan, who is now making his way into Firestarter's original territory, taking down a barracks, destroying it, taking a lot of these houses, while Plus Ultra encroaches in from the north. So Firestarter's down to 74, Fax is down to 129, and it really looks like Plus Ultra and Spartan's game, despite the fact that Edoput had put up a very good fight and stolen a lot of, destroyed a lot of Fax's infrastructure when they took over that Civic Center. Even though Fax was able to get it back pretty quickly, the damage was already done, but Fax should be able to rebuild because his teammates Spartan and Plus Ultra are putting a lot of heat on both Firestarter, and they've pretty much taken C19 completely out of the game. So now it looks like a game of Fax and Spartan and Plus Ultra versus Edoput, pretty much. We still have Genos. Genos has been pretty quiet throughout the game. and they are, it looks like, finally getting, the action is finally coming home for them, and they're trying desperately to defend their base against Plus Ultra, but they really did not have the population to counter this. And Firestarter's base has dropped. The Civic Center is down. It's been completely annihilated by Spartan. So it seems like edoput is pretty much on their own to defend against Fax, Spartan, and Plus Ultra. Firestarter is desperately walking their women down to the south of the map towards edoput's territory, probably trying to find a spot to build a new civic center. They do not have the resources to do so. Maybe they can get some from some of their teammates if they can even find a spot to build. But the only spot is really down here, and it's not really going to get them very much anyway. So now we have edoput's base finally being encroached upon by Spartan and Ultra, and they're not really going to be able to defend against these two armies. We have a temple being taken over, it looks like, or destroyed. We do have Fax's, fortress up here, and some of Spartan and Plus Ultra's troops are trying to take it over. That's pretty much the last bastion of their territory, and yes, they did build a military colony down here in the south, but there are no resources that they can really get out of it. And these Rams they reached the Civic Center, but they turned around. So edoput is really doing a good job making a last stand against Team 2, but they are not really going to be able to survive for that much longer. This is their last little army of a hero and 41 archers. I'm sorry, this is Plus Ultra's troops. Edoput has 35 units somewhere, but I guess they're mostly in the Civic Center. At this point, I'm surprised that they have not resigned. Oh, wow. Crazy fucking timing there, right? And that leaves... Well, I guess Team 1... Okay, there we go. GG's. So I think we can take a look at the summary. So, yeah, edoput completely carried Team 1. He did a really good job. The point where he took over Fax's base was really a point where he maybe could have turned the game around, but I think at that point it was pretty much already too late, because C-19 was being attacked simultaneously by Spartan and kalpeamies and Spartan and Ultra. Yeah, that was a very entertaining game to watch. I feel like I can't really do these videos for 8-player games because the lag is so intense. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe and ring the bell if you want to see more of them. And yeah, thanks guys.